Gotta turn off the AC. There we go. Turning off the fan for this one. Didn't see you there. Just kidding. Hi, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Not Tales from the Stack. Sorry, I know it's been a long time to the two viewers, but to be honest with you, by the way, I'm drinking on a Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA today, and I just thought I'd make a quick video about my experiences with the video game series Yakuza. I've been playing through the Yakuza series now for a couple of months, and I decided to pick up Yakuza Kiwami a while back while I was playing Yakuza 0. Yakuza, if you don't know, is a series, a Japanese based series where you play as a character, well, at least in Zero and Kiwami, which is a remake of the original first game. You play as this character, Kazuma Kiryu, and you just beat guys up, drink, sing karaoke, do a bunch of mini games. Basically, it's kind of like Tekken mixed with Wii Sports, and it's awesome. I've been thoroughly enjoying my time with the Yakuza series thus far. 1 second, actually, I have the physical disc. I just realized. Yeah, I have the steelbook for Yakuza Kiwami 1. This game, and here's the front, there's the back, there's the side. And we'll open it up real quick. And there's the disc and a little paper it comes with. Anyways, this is Yakuza Kiwami. This is the one I'm reviewing right now. I did play Zero, which is a prequel to the first one, which is this one. And that's Kazuma Kiryu. And what's that girl's name? The weird thing about the Yakuza series, I feel like, is you'll blank on the characters' names a lot, but you'll know their faces. Haruka. The little girl next to him is Haruka. She's like a daughter figure to Kiryu. They're both orphans. They both, spoiler alert, are both orphans. I won't say too much more than that in the case that you play the game. But yeah, Yakuza Kiwami was pretty fun. The story was really solid. There were a lot of good moments in the story. It did drag at points. There were certain points in the story where I was kind of like, okay, let's get to the point here already. But overall, actually, for the first game, the story is incredibly solid. I love Nishikiyama, Kiryu's brother. Like, they both were raised in the orphanage they grew up in together because they're both orphans. Nishikiyama also has a sister. He's like Kiryu's blood brother. He was also in Zero. And I feel like, in retrospect, I'm glad they created Zero. Zero is such a good game because it retroactively makes this game better. There are a lot of moments in Kiwami when I was playing it where I was like, in the original, a lot of people probably thought Nishikiyama was just the biggest piece of shit on the planet. Because apparently a lot of the scenes they add in this remake, otherwise known as Kiwami, aren't in the original. And there are a lot of scenes with Nishikiyama, the main villain of this game, that just made me like, wow, people in the original must have really thought Nishikiyama was a terrible villain, and Zero really fleshed him out and makes you feel for him in this game because you get the sense that Nishikiyama wants to be as strong as Kiryu, and that eventually leads him down a path where he resents Kiryu. And you see that more clearly when you actually play through Zero, that he did love Kiryu, and his love and admiration for Kiryu transforms over time into hate, especially with everyone telling him that he's not as good as Kiryu. Actually, Nishikiyama in this game was a fantastically written character, I felt. But in the original, he must have come off way worse. The added scenes do a lot of heavy lifting, and that was one thing I really liked about this here remake, Kiwami. I also really liked some of Majima's segments. So to explain, there's a character named Goro Majima, and he's interesting in this game because I feel like a lot of his scenes don't make sense because they add in this Majima everywhere segment where you have to fight him in order to level up your one of your main fighting styles in the game called Dragon of Dojima. And it's like one of Kiryu's main styles. Which, by the way, in this game, Dragon of Dojima style is the worst style in my opinion. I way more fucked with the brawler style, but maybe that's just because I was so used to Zero, and I really liked Zero's fighting styles. Brawler style, especially, I fucked with. I like the uppercut, the 1-2 punch is awesome. My favorite move in the whole game. I spam the fuck out of it. I don't even care. Give me shit. It's my favorite move. And brawler. Beast style is incredibly good as well. I love the Beast style. You just pick up a couch and whack away. It's fantastic. So this game, though, as I was talking about the Majima Everywhere segment, one of the weak points of this game I felt was there was too much Majima. They could have probably cut out half the interactions you have with Majima and it would have been better. I feel like keeping the stripper. So, spoiler alert, when you're there at a point in the world when you're going through one of these Majima Everywhere segments, you encounter him as a stripper, and that shit was hilarious. He's like dancing all exotically in a woman's dress as Majima. That shit was funny as fuck. And then there was another segment where he's a hostess at a hostess club, which honestly, the hostess club stuff in Kiwami 1 was fun. I enjoyed it. It was like a little mini game. I've heard in the Kiwami 2, though, it's better, and I'm currently playing through it, so I'll get back to you guys on that. But yeah, the Majima Everywhere sequence should have been halved. I feel you could have leveled up quicker by doing just the regular Majima Everywhere missions rather than having to encounter him throughout the whole world like you do. And that's an incredibly tedious. It's like a grind of just fighting Majima over and over and over and over again. And it does help you get better at the game. But at this point, I've already played Zero, so I'm not that bad at the game. So I'm playing on normal, by the way. I never play these games on hard just because I don't want to. If I have the option to play on normal, I'll just play on normal. I'm that kind of gamer. If I have the option for normal, the first playthrough especially, maybe the second playthroughs of these games, I'll do hard. But I'm normal only kind of guy. I like to cruise through the story at a healthy pace. But yeah, Kiwami 1, overall great game. I would rate it, to be honest with you. I had more to say actually. The sub stories in this one are way weaker than Zero, and a lot of your used assets I noticed were in Kiwami 1 that were from Zero, which I understand them doing, but at a point, I wish they would have changed Kamurocho, the main city you're in this game and the previous game. I wish they would have made more of the locations change, considering that so many years have passed, like decades since Zero. But the city almost looks the same with minor additions. That is one of the big things where I was like, they could have, tweaked some things to look a little more 2005, because that's when Kiwami 1 takes place, as opposed to Zero, which took place in the 80s. So I feel like that's a little bit of tonal inconsistency, which is fixed by Kiwami 2, actually. I'm playing through a bit of that, and I'm not going to make this video about Kiwami 2, but just to clarify, in Kiwami 2, it does fix this. I feel like moving to the Dragon Engine helps. But what else is there really to say? It was a solid story. I liked the ending. I liked Kiwami 1 is a classic. It actually is a classic. So with that, I feel like it's an easy, I want to say 8 out of 10, but for some of the issues I mentioned, like the combat was solid, actually. The combat, in my opinion, in Kiwami 1 is better than Zero in a lot of places, other than the dragon style taking so long to fully unlock its capabilities. Also, the little downward punch you did in Zero with the dragon style is basically impossible to recreate, and well, not impossible, but it's just less good. I don't know. 7.5 to 8 out of 10. I'm leaning more towards like a 7.5, but I'll just give it an 8 to be generous. 8 out of 10. It's Yakuza. It's fun. And since I never got to do a review on Zero, I guess I would have given Zero a 9 to 9.5 out of 10. Not a 10 out of 10, because there are some issues I have with Zero that this game fixes, and there are issues with this game that I prefer with Zero. And I'm noticing the same thing with 2, so I'm hoping that as the series goes on, each game just comes together in one big puzzle, because that's what it seems like. I've so far thoroughly enjoyed my time with the Yakuza franchise, though. 8 out of 10 for this one. Actually, I'm feeling an 8 out of 10. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Later. Shit.